Coaches, welcome to the Fall 2022 USATF Level 2 Jumps. My name is Christopher Richardson, and I coach at Cerritos Community College. I've been there for the last 12 years. My goal is, when it comes to like my coaching pathway, I kind of coached high school, a little bit, collegiate with Division I, but my home is California Community Colleges. I specialize in the jumps and combined events. I've been teaching and working with USATF since 2011, coaching and teaching level ones. I love it. This is my passion. This is what I do. Marissa and I have been working together for the last few years now with the level 2 jumps. We have some of the same mentors. We've crossed paths many times, but my good friend here, Marissa Chu, she's going to introduce herself and give you some information when it comes to the basics of what level 2 jumps is.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be a rigorous time, but you're going to enjoy it. And by the time that you complete this course, you are going to feel accomplished and you're going to feel like you belong, because some of you don't even know what you're doing yet. And that's okay too, because there are times when both Chris and I don't know what we're doing either. And that's just a part of the process. You gain confidence as the time passes. So just a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Marissa Chu. In the coaching community, I am known as just Chu, my last name, and that is more than okay. One syllable versus three is A-okay in my book. I have gone through the ranks. I started my coaching career at the high school level in California as well, and then worked my way up. I first came out into the D2 level at San Francisco State. I've also coached at D3 mid-major, and now I'm at TCU as the vertical jumps and combined events coach. So on many different levels, Chris and I cross paths, and I wouldn't have it any other way at this point, because literally I get smarter just by breathing his air. So you all will get so smart in the next 6 to 8 weeks and by various conversations. But with that, I take my role as a educator from within USATF, as well as a mentor, as well as a female coach in this world to lead others, male or female. So I do take my position very seriously in growing others as I've been grown and nurtured and watered and all of those things amidst my, I think I'm going on 13 years now, which is pretty crazy. But just to give you a little bit about level 2, obviously in succession, you've completed your level 1. Now you're starting your level 2. Maybe this is your first, maybe it's not. But within the jumps level 2 specifically, you're just going to apply all of those sciences that you've taken at this point and really get an understanding of how they apply to the jumps. Where do we see certain things, aspects? How can we manipulate them? When are they negotiable? You're going to learn within the 4 disciplines: long jump, triple jump, pole vault, and high jump, where are their commonalities, where they're not. You're going to understand why we ask you hard questions and we really ask for your understanding, because there are times when you can get the cheat code. It doesn't have to be harder. You can make it a lot smarter and be efficient. So within these next few weeks, you're going to ask yourself questions. You're going to ask us questions. And we're going to get to a place where you feel comfortable when, if you're not a jumps coach and maybe whoever is your jumps coach on staff isn't available for that day, you can step in with confidence. If you are a jumps coach, you're going to be able to step up and figure out an issue that a jumper might have, whether it be vertical or horizontal, and come to a resolution, maybe not resolve the problem, but come to a place where there's understanding and better performance or better achieving marks. So with that, we also will give you somewhat of a members only pass, if you would. It's a very distinct thing when you become a jumps level 2 coach. We like to wear that badge proudly. We all kind of pump our chests out, and as does every other group, but we like to think that we do it the most and the biggest. But we are a club. Once you're in, and you have access to us as instructors, as well as we really, 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 really emphasize to grow your network within the coaches who are in your classes, because these networks are lifelong, as well as they are priceless. The networking that you can get within these level 2 courses, not just in jumps, can be such a value. It can be your future employer, it could be your future coworker, or your best friend. Literally have gotten best friends out of these courses. So I really want you to understand that this is not just a day-to-day thing. This is an investment on you as a whole over the next few weeks. But other than that, buckle up because we're going to have fun. We are.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I'm going to go over right now is just kind of talking about the syllabus. So as I share my screen, I'm going to go and just kind of roll through this. So just go ahead and follow along. Everyone's going to have access to this, but I just want to point out some specific things, and we're going to go over more when we get into our introduction day. So you're going to have Marissa and my email address and phone number. Please contact us, especially with Zoom. We know and we're so empathetic with technical difficulties, trust us. But I think between Marissa and myself, we've logged countless hours on doing, whether it's some type of virtual meeting or something. So if we can't figure it out, it's probably going to be impossible. But we're here to help and assist you with anything you need. We're going to be meeting within the next 6 weeks. The big thing that I want to point out, going forward, is the fact that this is unprecedented. This is very new. This format for level 2 is unique. And I think it's very progressive of us to be able to step and maybe move in this direction, especially for level 2, because level 2 is so much information. We want to get so deep and there's so much to understand, especially if you're a vaulter and you're trying to figure out the triple jump and we throw it at you in one day in a 4 or 5 hour span. And it's kind of like you're getting a lot of information. So now we get to take our time and digest it in pieces and really work through it. So hopefully, we stick together, we work together, we communicate, because I think communication is going to be the number one cornerstone to our success getting through this course. We are going to be meeting on Zoom. When we meet on Zoom, we're going to be meeting from 11 a.m. to about 4. Okay, so what is that? And
I was just going to say that we're going to be 1 to 6,
right? 1 to
6, or 2 to 7, East Coast, Central.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I'm always going to talk in West Coast terms, so just get used to that now. So when we meet on these days, make sure you're on time and you have to attend. Every session is mandatory, just because when we do the intensive session, that's kind of what it is. So if you do have a situation or circumstance, I am going to ask you to communicate with Matt Rolfe at the national office, then communicate with Marissa and myself, just so we can figure those things out, because we do know life happens. But communicate with us first and foremost, just so we can help you navigate certain things if and when they do arise. The next thing I want to go over, just some of the grading. We're going to have a syllabus quiz. You're going to have some introductions. I'm going to have weekly discussion posts so that you can be either reflect on last week's lecture and get ready for the incoming week's lecture, just so we're kind of constantly staying engaged throughout the week, that it's not just this thing that pops up on your calendar on Sunday, that you're at least thinking about it through the week a little bit, and then when we get to our sessions, that we're all prepared and ready to roll. Your textbooks will be emailed to you, and you're going to be accessible via Canvas. We have 2 projects. You're going to be emailed your group projects, so I'm going to be sending out the group assignments, and then within the first week, so around October 4th, you'll be getting your group assignment. With your group assignment, you guys will be assigned a hypothetical athlete. That athlete is going to be listed inside of your textbook, and so you'll be able to navigate that. The next thing is your individual project, which is the video analysis, and I'll be going more over the rubric and expectations of these projects, but just for now, just be ready. You'll be doing a technical analysis that you'll be recording yourself, whether it's like you record yourself on Zoom or through a phone, and you give a quick run through about what it is to coach a specific event. And I'll give you guys a lot of examples as we get going. Your exam is going to be on Canvas. That's your final exam. That's going to be a major part of your grade going forward. But like I said before, when it comes to us in navigating this weekend level 2. I think communication is key, making sure that we attend every session, make sure that this is a priority for you. If anything does pop up, again, communicate. When it comes to any grading or accommodations that you might need as we go through, just make sure you let us know so that we can prepare those things. It's tough to hear about accommodation needs after the fact, right? So if there is something you need, make sure you reach out to us just so that we can put those things in place so that you can have the best experience possible. Again, with the level 2, we're going to be going deep dive. I know that everyone has different experience levels and different expectations when it comes to what coaches education is. We even have some alumni, so individuals that were involved in either sprints, throws, or endurance, and now coming to the jumps, and a lot of first timers. So welcome back, and welcome to the USATF jumps course. And other than that, I think that's it for our introduction. And hopefully, again, if you need anything, reach out to us.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.
See ya.